Son.
Son.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are live. Go ahead and hit that like button. Smash it right off the bat. Whether you're live or catching us on the replay, we appreciate you hitting that like button. And subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. This is your favorite nerdy podcast. Of course, that being ComicXWeeb. I am your co-host, James, a.k.a. Comics for Cheap, a.k.a. hashtag send it to James, a.k.a. I'm now a Mexican wrestler, and I got my co-host here with me.
No bueno. It's your boy Chris, a.k.a. You know, we're not going to play this because, James, you need to redeem yourself from last week. So come on, brother. Hit me with the music. That's what I'm talking about. Black Santa, a.k.a. You know, I learned this from Charles Barkley. He was explaining something interesting, so I'm going to explain to y'all real quick. You know, he was giving us the great NBA insight. So he was letting us understand defense when the guy's just banging you. You know, he's just banging you. You got to switch off of him. Got to switch off on him. And, you know, you can feel his body. Those are the worst kind of defenders.
Wait a minute.
Come on now. A.K.A. I don't even know what the white man was talking about. Super cold. Water. Woo! Sponsored by nobody, because you know we still don't got no sponsors. I'm about to say we don't got them just yet.
Nope.
We'll get them soon.
Not yet. I was gonna say sponsored by Disney. Speaking of Disney, I don't know if you've seen all the shenanigans going on with the Rob DeSantis, like trying to basically pull all of Disney's tax credits and stuff from them, like in the state of Florida. So, as we know, Florida had passed that bill, which a lot of people seem to have dubbed the "Don't Say Gay" bill. I'm not going to go into everything about that necessarily, but basically after that law was passed or bill was passed, everyone was like turning to Disney and looking at Disney to make a statement, and Disney was like not making a statement about it, right? So they weren't saying anything, and then finally they did come out, and basically all they said was, "We stand by our LGBTQ employees," and kind of like left it at that. Which I was like, that's pretty mild, pretty safe statement to make.
Did you want to say more?
No, I was just saying, like,
just to say
as far, yeah, exactly. So like they made that statement, it was just like, okay, cool, whatever. Some people are going to be like, that's not enough, but apparently Rob DeSantis was like, you're evil for going against me about this. And tried to pull like all of Disney's tax credit stuff for the state of Florida. And to the best of my knowledge, that is actually going to backfire on Florida because Disney has like their own kind of they're like their own city within Florida. They kind of self-regulate. They do their own taxes for like to self-govern. They've got firefighters on campus. Same with like EMS, medical response. They handle their electricity and water and everything like that, right? So all this stuff that's provided by the government otherwise. So they're like, you lose all that, and you like have to do something else with your income tax. And then like a bunch of tax attorneys and like people who are experts in it are basically like, yo, Disney is actually going to make money on this deal by almost $150 million or something like that. And then all of that 150 million that is coming, like instead of Disney paying it, is now going to the Orlando residents, and they're talking about their property tax going up by over 25%.
Dang!
Because of that. So now Disney's just sitting there laughing, like, well, guess what? They're about to vote you out of office because of this. and yeah, so that's just been very amusing little thing that I've been following recently. It's just how something could backfire on you so quickly. But it's really not a surprise because Ron DeSantis is an idiot in general, not just because of one bill or another. He's just a moron. And so it couldn't happen to a nicer person, is what I have to say.
Agreed. And hands down, the moral of this story: don't F with the mouse.
Yeah, don't fuck with the mouse, bro. Yeah. He basically turned DeSantis around, licked his hand, and went to town, if you know what I'm saying. I don't even know. Maybe he didn't even lick the hand. He was like, fuck it, no lube. Let's do this. Mickey Mouse is like, just bite the pillow. I'm going in dry. And we're doing this.
Fact.
All right, I know you wanted to kick us off with some Dragon Ball, so hit us, Chris.
Oh yeah. Let's get it going, man. You know what? Because it's gonna be some spoilers for chapter 83 of the latest Dragon Ball Super manga. Okay. So again, spoilers for chapter 83. This is more gonna be a rant because I'm not really happy at what Mr. Toriyama decided to do, or Tor, whatever. Pretty angry with what they did. So okay. So this whole thing is that a little tiny quick recap to kind of get you a little up to date. Okay. Goku and Vegeta was fighting this guy named Granola, who Granola's whole thing was, Granola is a pun off the granola, like granola. I think it's granola bar, granola. There's something weird. It's a pun off something. I think it's granola something. Anyway, Granola is his whole thing was he hated all Saiyans. That's what Goku and Vegeta are, because he felt that they like destroyed his world basically. Because in that time frame when he was a child, the Saiyans was working for Frieza, and Frieza would send them out on different planets to destroy. Not necessarily destroy the planet, but kill all the inhabitants. And Frieza would sell the planet to the highest bidder. So, there's some anger there. Blah blah blah. Anyway, Granola was fighting Goku and Vegeta. He ended up finding out that his anger should not be towards them, blah, blah, blah. And then the heater showed up, which is like, the basically get to it because I want to get to the point. Goku and Vegeta was fighting a guy named Gas. Mainly Goku was fighting Gas. And Goku was having some problems. Then a Namekian told Goku that Goku's father, Bardock, really, beat Gas basically 20, 40 years ago or whatever, when Gas was like basically a kid, but he's an alien, so his age is much different than what a human would be. So, he's older now, but Goku was like, I wonder how my dad did it. So we finally got a flashback to see how Bardock actually beat Gas. Okay, so you end up finding out it kicks off. I'm losing my voice. It kicks off with Bardock talking to the Namekian, and so here's one of the things. We never knew that Bardock knew about the Dragon Balls. We assumed that he didn't because Vegeta and Nappa didn't find out about the Dragon Balls until Raditz showed up on Earth to get Goku, and then he found out about the Dragon Balls there during the fight. So none of them knew about the Dragon Balls at all. Mm-hmm. Even Frieza didn't know about the Dragon Balls until he was listening in on the conversation that was happening with Raditz and Goku and Vegeta and Nappa, because all their scouters were still technically on. Anyway, so Bardock knew about the Dragon Balls because the Namekian had a wish, and he asked the Namekian to make his wish was, he was like, I want you to make my sons grow, like, I want them to live well. Or, like, I don't even know what that means. None of us really understand what that wish was. I want them to live well, because well has a lot of definitions to that. If you just word it that way. Right. So I don't know what you mean by live well. None of us really know. But okay. And we don't even know if he actually
eat fresh.
Huh?
I just want him to eat fresh,
Sure.
Get some sun. I don't know. It's all good.
Maybe. But we don't even know if that wish actually happened, because you never actually get confirmation from the Namekian actually making the wish. But Goku Bardock fights Gas, and he's getting his butt whooped. Gas is too much. Gas transforms into the form that Goku's basically fighting now. Again, this is a much weaker Gas than what Goku's fighting. But anyway, He transforms. He's beating on Bardock. Bardock can't do anything to defend himself. He's getting cooked.
Okay.
Out of nowhere, Bardock gets this giant power boost out of nowhere, and he just starts blocking everything Gas is doing, and then the tables turn. So it's basically called like determination, which is like either Toriyama's basically like just losing out on transformations here. We're just picking the barrel. But at the same time, you can make an argument that in the past, a lot of characters have used determination to get power boosts. Like Trunks had his when he fought against Zamatsu that turned him into his rage form in the anime. Gohan, it's happened in the anime. Goku's had his times where their willpower alone just boosts them to do things. The difference is it's a trigger that leads to that. This just kind of came from nowhere. So you can make an argument that maybe, just maybe, the Namekian actually made a wish to boost Bardock's power. We just didn't see that happen. That makes more sense than anything else. But okay, he starts winning and he basically beats Gas. Gas's older brother jumps in, not to fight, but to kind of talk trash because Gas is basically stronger than him. At that point, I'm not for sure. I know Gas was like the weakest for a while, but he was really the most potential. But anyway, his brother, this is where things pissed me off and a lot of fans of Dragon Ball. Mainly with Bardock. His brother tells Bardock that, you know, you may have won this battle and we're going to leave and you may have saved this little planet or whatever, but Frieza, like, you should be more worried about what Frieza's going to do. You never know. He might drop a meteor on your planet or something. And Bardock's like, what are you talking about? Frieza, what is he going to do? And then the dude's like, oh, you don't know what Frieza's going to do to you guys? Oh, that makes it even better. And then he dips.
Right.
So here's where the problem is.
Ominous.
So, yeah. So here's where the problem is. Now you're telling us that what's basically going to happen now, Bardock, he saved the day. He ends up finding out Granola's fine. Granola's mom is dead, though, but that didn't say anything. I'm not going to go into all that crap because that's not the big point. But he saved the day. He's going to leave. He's going to go back to Planet Vegeta, and he's going to try to warn them that Frieza's going to do something. While he's doing this, he's going to send his son off, like Superman's family did, Mom and Pop, send the son off into a little spaceship onto Earth, and then Frieza's going to blow the planet up, killing Bardock and the rest of the Saiyans that was there. Cool. Now, here's where the problem is. That is not what Bardock's original story was, at least from what we got. So we got the Dragon Ball Special, the father of Goku. In that, Bardock was a rootless dude, not like super evil, but he enjoyed when Frieza sent him to planets. So he went to a planet, him and his crew destroyed it, killed everybody, except for one guy survived. And he hit Bardock and put a curse on him. And the curse was it allowed him to kind of see the future. But it also allowed him to see when he was going to die. That was the main curse. To see when you was going to die, and there was nothing you can maybe do about it.
Right.
So that was the curse. So he sees his death, and he basically sees the rest of the Saiyans die. And he's like, I got to stop this. So he goes on this, not really redemption, but it changes his character, and you see character development throughout the rest of the special, leading up to him doing his best to warn the Saiyans about what's going to happen. Nobody believing him because they're like, that makes no sense. You're telling me you see the future? Bullcrap. And then Frieza, literally killing everybody there and blowing the planet up. Cool. This here, things changed when Dragon Ball Minus came out. Toriyama changed Bardock's story and changed Goku's story by making it where Bardock never went to that planet, never got that curse, and he just showed up on the planet and was like, man, Frieza's going to do something. It was like a gut feeling he had. It was weird, but it was like some gut feeling he had. Something bad was going to happen. He tried to do his one, nothing really happened. But then they turned Goku's backstory into Superman completely, and basically it's like the same thing. Mom and dad puts him into a spaceship. They know the planet's doomed. No one believed them when they was trying to, like when Kal-El's father was trying to tell everything. Hey, Clark's trying to tell you, yo, shit's about to go down. No one believed him.
Right.
send
Did
his
he
son off
land
to
in
Earth.
on a farm in Kansas?
There you go. So Goku gets sent off to Earth. No one wanted to believe the dad. Goku gets sent off. Right when Goku sent off, the planet's blown up by Frieza. All right? People didn't like that because it was like, bro, you're just changing his backstory to Superman. Why are you changing his backstory?
But now he's like Japanese Superman. So we have regular Superman.
He's Japanese.
We have black Superman. Now we got Japanese Superman. It's all good, bro.
Now we got
give us all Superman. It's all good.
Yeah, black
where
Superman.
Does he land on Earth? That'll tell you a little extra. Does he land in Tokyo?
He basically landed in Japan.
Yeah. See, exactly. So now we got and we had Russian Superman too. Don't forget about him.
We got Russian Superman,
bro. I'm telling you, we got them all. It's all good.
We gotta catch them all, man. Pokemon.
Let's just hope we don't get a German Superman, and we'll be fine.
Oh man, he's coming next year. So now you're telling me Bardock, this is how he knew everything was gonna happen. So he found out from the heaters that Frieza was gonna do something. It's just like Toriyama is just continuously changing the backstory of Bardock, and not in a good way. It's just making it more and more confusing and weird and negative and dumb. Where it's like, dude, you had it. Bardock was so much better when he saw his peoples die. He had real character development instead of this here where he's just so flat, and it's just like this is such a lame version of him. He was a cool badass fighter, and they just tried to make sure we threw some type of fighting in there because in the minus he didn't really fight anybody in that chapter. But of course, in the special was the TV, we got to see him fight. So it was like, well, now in Super, we're gonna give him a fight, and they give him this rinky-dink fight against Gas, and it's just like, what does any of this have to really like? It was a pointless chapter. It was just to sell the name of Bardock because he's a big fan favorite for a lot of fans. It was to throw his name in there. We're gonna have a fight with Bardock, even if the fight makes no sense. Even if we're continuing to change stories and backstories of characters for no reason, we're just gonna do it. And it's just pissing me off because it's like I enjoyed Bardock for what he was, and now what he is now, I'm like hating anytime he's even mentioned. Like I don't want him up here.
Yeah,
it's just ticking me
off. Especially if they're going to keep retconning a story. Canes Comics appreciates our German Superman commentary there. Here's my question for you though. Because you were talking about how he was given the curse of being able to see the future, but then he got to see his own death. If you were given an option to see your own death, would you take that or no? Knowing that there was nothing you could do to change how it was going to happen.
Because you can't even change it, right?
Like if they just gave you an envelope. Someone gave you an envelope. Here's a peek in the future. This is how you're going to die. There's nothing you can do about it. Would you open the envelope or would you burn the envelope?
Yeah, if I can't even change anything, I'd rather not know.
You'd rather not know?
I'd rather not know because I can't do anything about it. If I can change it, sure, of course. But if you can't even change it, what would it matter? Yeah. Why would I want to know? It'll just make things even more. It'll probably make things worse for you. Because does the envelope tell you when it's going to happen or just how you're going to die?
Well, I did. What's his name? Bardock know when it was going to happen.
He didn't know when it was going to happen. All he got was Frieza's going to blow the planet up, and he pieced it together from what, like during the special. Oh, Frieza's about to do this pretty much today. He ended up piecing it together, listening to when the door showed up and killed his friends, and listening to how the door was talking. He was like, "Oh crap, this is gonna happen today. Like this is about to happen in a couple of hours or whatever." So he knew then, but normally no, he only saw his death, and he also saw his son fighting Frieza. So he was like, "What the hell?" Like he saw so many different things, but he didn't know when it was gonna happen. Now, to be fair. In this particular version of Bardock, which they made sure at least from what we understand, Dragon Ball Kakarot, the video game, they're using this Bardock. They're not using the minus Bardock, even though you can make the argument the minus is the actual canon one. They're not using that one because even they know that one's lame. But anyway, at least from what from my understanding of it. I could be wrong, and maybe they are using the lame one, but from my understanding, they're using the special one. Anyway, when Bardock was supposed to be killed, he actually ended up being sent to the past, and he became a Super Saiyan. Okay, it got weird, and it didn't make much sense, but he ended up going to the past, so he didn't actually die, but he went to the past. But anyway, back to what you were saying. So he didn't know precisely
when it was going to happen. Precisely when, he just knew what was going to happen. Okay, so let's keep those same rules.
If you don't even get an idea when it's going to happen, it could be like, oh, a car is going to hit you. So every time you look at a car, you're just worried about that.
That's true.
Or it can be like, you're going to eat something, you're going to choke off of it. Then you're worried about eating anything. So what would you do? Would you take it?
I don't know, man. I feel like my curiosity would definitely get the better of me. Like, I would open it. But then, like, I didn't even consider what you were saying. Like, if they say, like, you're going to slip out of the shower or whatever,
right?
I'd be like, well, shit, I'm never going to take a shower again. Like, it's pretty disgusting. Like, I you know what I mean? So, I feel like you're right. I feel like it would put too much fear into how you live every day. And yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I could overcome my own curiosity of what was going to happen. But yeah, good thing I don't have that issue.
yeah. I just want to say one more thing to wrap this up.
Sure.
This would drag apart. So I'm just hoping that they don't use this, because the whole idea was from Lisa has been building up for Goku to get an idea of how Bardock beat Gas, so he can kind of have an idea how to do it. Even though in reality, the way he can beat Gas is just use Ultra Instinct, but he doesn't have the power right now to use it because he's been weakened and blah blah blah. But either way, I'm hoping this doesn't lead to some bull crap where like somehow he gets a power boost from what Bardock did. I'm hoping it doesn't lead to some type of weird scenario where that happened, because that's just dumb.
Right.
Really, really dumb.
Really, really, really dumb.
But yeah, I just wanted to get a very light rant, because it was 10 times worse when I was actually reading the chapter. I was freaking getting so angry. So angry.
All right.
Another episode, we're definitely gonna go into why Bardock was even fighting them, but not today.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem. Well, let me ask you this, Chris. And it's a terrible segue. It has nothing to do with Dragon Ball, but I do have to ask you: did you hear about the whole Mike Tyson thing that happened this week?
Oh God, no! How did I not hear about it? What happened with Mike Tyson?
Yo, Mike Tyson on an airplane, chilling, minding his business, doing his thing. Some super drunk guy behind him starts like harassing him, asking him questions, all this, that, the other. Can I get a selfie? Can I get an autograph? And Mike Tyson, like, I think there was like video of it. Apparently, he told him to calm down and chill a couple times, and then finally just turned around and just treated him like a Mike Tyson punching bag, and bloodied him up a little bit, and then stood up and got off the plane.
Was Mike arrested for that?
Was he arrested? I don't know. That's a good question.
Don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily disagree with what Mike did, but at the same time, actually, I do disagree. You can't just put your hands on somebody, even if they're annoying you, unless he put his hands on Mike first. So Mike did handle that wrong.
I think that something was thrown. Oh, that's right. Something was thrown at him. So, like, yeah. So I think that. Did he throw a bottle or something?
Okay,
something
that changes things.
So then he turned around and started.
Mike can be like, "Yeah, I'll fight for my life, bro." Self-defense, bro.
Here's my thing. You're on a plane with Mike Tyson. This dude has been. This dude has been trained his entire life, probably since he was like 12 or 13 years old, to be an actual killer. Oh, here we go. He was not arrested. Guy threw water at him. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Apparently the guy threw a water bottle. Okay, so this dude's been as a trained, like, you've watched him knock out people in much better shape than you. Why the fuck are you harassing this man on a plane?
This is also a man with a known temper.
which has been getting better, but obviously,
I'm saying, but he still has that temper in him. So why would you even want to provoke and get that type of to unlock that Tyson? Every athlete that has a temper, they can get better at controlling it, but it never goes away. So why would you provoke him to get to that level again?
Right. Oh, for sure. Again, the guy was very drunk on the video. That was clear as day. And Mike did try to tell him to stop a couple times.
Right.
But yeah, I forgot that he threw the bottle was I guess the last thing. Dude just turned around and punched him a few times square in the face. Got up and then left. Rumor has it the guy also didn't refer to Mike by his proper pronouns. Oh, that's so stupid.
That's God. I mean, hey, homie got what he deserved, right?
Yeah.
You can't be doing that and thinking it's gonna be cool. Don't get your butt whooped, bro. Especially for Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I am a little surprised that Mike Tyson was not charged with anything. But yeah, no, I just wanted to go ahead and throw that story out there because that happened. Of course, all the stuff with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is getting more ridiculous by the day. Or Amber Heard,
it's getting more and more into it, yo. Like, what the hell, bro?
Amber Heard, aka Amber Turd, known to drop the occasional deuce on Johnny Depp's side of the bed, apparently. Bro, it's getting so petty with what's coming out in this lawsuit. It's the funniest fucking I just love the headlines of so and so happened in the Johnny Depp trial. I'm like, God, this was any other couple, obviously none of this would be headlines, but of course this is Johnny Depp. It's just it's cracking me up, man. And the memes have been just god level memes have been coming out of the whole thing. Anything poop related has just been replaced with Amber Heard, and it's just I love it. I'm here for it.
Johnny seems to be winning from at least the public. Johnny seems to be winning.
I'm pretty sure everyone wants Johnny to win. I don't think anyone really is on Amber Heard's side public.
She doesn't seem to have any. Matter of fact, there's a petition because petitions are always going to come out, and even though I still don't get why people keep doing this, thinking it matters, but there's a petition to get
the internet.
Has anybody even won any of these petitions? Anyway, there's a petition to get her removed off of the next Aquaman movie and have somebody replace her. Yeah. I mean, if they're going to do it, people, they're not doing it because of your stupid petition. It never works. They're doing it because they were going to plan on getting rid of her, have the bad image and stuff. They already got the crap going on with Flash.
I was about to say, dude, do you think the guy for the casting agents at Warner Brothers was just like, what the fuck, man? How have we gotten so fucking unlucky?
Watch some madness they happen to Marvel right now. Their guys are great. What is this garbage?
We were finally on a roll. We had Peacemaker, all right. We had the Joker film. We're doing good. We had the Batman, okay. We're building steam, and then all of a sudden, we're just getting bombarded between Amber Heard and Ezra Miller. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Disney doesn't want Johnny to win. He will have one hell of a suit against them for wrongful termination since they jumped the gun and canned him, assuming he was guilty. Well, not only Disney, but again, Warner Brothers for the Fantastic Beasts film also jumped the gun, assumed he was guilty, and canned him from the Crimes of Grindelwald or whatever the new movie is, or that's Albus Dumbledore, maybe whichever one I think that he got fired from. But yeah, pretty much everyone jumped the gun and fired him. He got canceled fast.
He did.
So yeah.
But yeah, with the information that keeps coming on her, man, she seems like a pretty trash human being.
Yeah.
They're killing her, bro. They got Elon Musk thrown into this crap too. They just fucking killing her.
Elon Musk in the news yesterday. He decided to just buy Twitter for $45 billion or something.
Remember, he had a threesome with her too. So
Yeah, dude. He's just all about it. He probably tweeted right after, and he's like, "Damn, I need to tweet." I own
That
Twitter
is kind
now,
of
so
messed
I'll
up to
just
do
tweet
that
about
in
this
Johnny's
recent.
house, though. Like, that is kind of messed up, though.
He was like live tweeting the scenery.
He's like, he's sending it directly to Johnny. Johnny, I'm in your bed, bro. I'm in your bed.
Johnny, what's going on with this big turd, bro? Why are we fucking next to a giant turd? Is this Mr. Hanky or what's going on? I don't know. It's ridiculous. So yeah, Twitter is no longer a public corporation. He bought it for $45 billion, and
so he has actually bought it. I know he was going to.
Yeah, he bought it. Shareholders were paid off, and now Twitter is privately owned by Elon Musk, and I assume he's going to wipe out the entire top management and put his own people in or something. I don't know. He's also said he's going to reinstate anyone who's been blocked off of Twitter, which includes Trump and that whole side of Twitter as well. Trump has apparently said that he doesn't care and he's not returning to Twitter, but
we know Trump will return.
Yeah. Oh, he'll return
because he loves the attention.
He'll return. And I am very much looking forward to just the random nonsense that is about to spew out of this man's mouth yet again.
Trump nonsense.
I just feel like, I'm like, I've been missing it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's gonna be so bad that even Elon Musk is like, all right, ban him again.
Yeah, I made a huge mistake.
I made a mistake on this one. Ban his ass again.
Get this guy off here again.
But help me out, man. Maybe I'm missing something. But how is Elon gonna make money off of Twitter though?
Advertisement and sponsorships and
really just that, right? Okay.
Yeah, I assume.
Just I'm not missing something super obvious.
I mean, it's the same way all the other social media platforms make their money: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. They paid sponsorships and advertisements and whatever, that kind of money that they collect.
So how long you think it's gonna be until Elon buys OnlyFans?
Well, that's the move that I would have made. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, like all them servers. Let me just go through all of that real quick. That and Snapchat.
Yeah.
Back when Snapchat was actually a thing, that guy got out super early. I think he was the first teenage billionaire, or like the youngest billionaire. Maybe not teenage, but he was definitely the youngest billionaire.
He did good, then. I don't blame him, bro. You get
that's what I'm saying.
Like that, where you like, I'm good for the rest of my life, and my generation next might be good. Yeah, I'm good. Here you go. It's yours. You take
it. That's right. Rob says each tweet will now cost a nickel until he's made whole. Can you imagine? Like, nobody would tweet ever if you had to pay per tweet.
It'll just be the celebrities tweeting.
Exactly. We don't need any of that. Yeah, we don't need it.
Well, a whole bunch of foolish Donald Trump stuff then.
Oh, yeah. Well, he couldn't pay for it either. We all know he's broke. He just pretends. All right, and then we have to go into some news that also dropped yesterday, and I don't know if you've heard it yet, but Sony Pictures, in their infinite wisdom, have decided probably top 100 smartest group that I know.
Yep.
They're like, you know what? Morbius was such a success. Venom was such a success.
Spider-Man's joke.
They went ahead and greenlit Venom 3. They were like, it's just such a success. They're like, Morbius, amazing film. We did really good there. So here's what we're going to announce next. El Muerto, played by who? It's some rapper. It's like a ridiculous name. Hold on, I gotta make sure I have the name right. I'm sorry. Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny has been cast.
Oh yeah, Bad Bunny. He's okay, all right.
As El Muerto in a solo El Muerto film in the Spider-Man Sony universe. Now, Chris, I know you're saying, I'm so excited. I've been the biggest El Muerto fan since I can remember.
Biggest. See, you know me, Dino, better than anybody. Biggest.
I've got the El Muerto poster in my bedroom.
Yeah.
I've got all 12 of his appearances in all of comics history. He's appeared
All
12 more
12.
times. All 12 times. Yeah, I've got all 12 of them.
Me and all 12 of the fan base are just, we be hanging out and everything.
Yeah, in case you don't know who El Muerto is, and I didn't know because I had to go ahead and look it up because this character has been used 12 fucking times. That's it. 12 times in all of Marvel Universe history.
He's one of the heaviest hitters, so they make sure they use him very
Yeah. He's so OP. All right, here's what he is. He's a Mexican wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's got one of those Mexican wrestler masks, of course. But the mask is what gives him
luchadors.
Thank you. The mask is what gives him the special power.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the solo film that we are about to get from Sony Pictures. I'm sure that it's going to be incredible. First of all, let's just calm down with the hate on this movie already, Chris.
Relax.
Chill out, bro. Okay, I know you're already itching to hate on this movie, but let me just tell you something. I believe in Bad Bunny, and I believe in El Muerto.
Damn it. Okay. All right. So here's a little bit of context, though. So I did actually know about the character, but
okay.
Here's some interesting things. So here's the reason why they picked Bad Bunny. There's actually reasoning behind it. What we got?
Oh, we just had a laughing emoji. I'm sorry. We also have, just real quick, I'm sorry. He's not necessarily going to make money off of Twitter. His brand Tesla stock value rises a lot upon media coverage. Owning Twitter will indirectly be good for oh, that's smart, actually. If he just uses Twitter to promote Tesla. And then apparently El Muerto means the Muerto in Spanish.
Thanks, bro. We need that.
Yo, thank you. I need it.
Yeah.
Spanish dictionary over here.
Now we know.
Genius.
That's what's up. But yeah, Elon Musk though is a smart man, so no one's ever going to question that. But anyway, business-wise, he's a wow, yeah. But anyway, so here's the context behind why they picked Bad Bunny. So, WWE, Bad Bunny was at WrestleMania a couple like 2 years ago. He had a big WrestleMania match, and he was at WrestleMania last year too, or the Royal Rumble. I think with the Royal Rumble he was at. Yeah, it was the Royal Rumble. Terrible Royal Rumble. Anyway, Bad Bunny actually did really good until I gotta give credit to this man. Until Logan Paul's performance at this year's WrestleMania that passed, Bad Bunny was probably maybe the best performer, like celebrity like that performer in a wrestling match. Not counting like Mr. T or whatever, but
so I didn't even know he had been in the ring. So you're telling me he has.
He's trained his butt off. He got props from guys like The Undertaker, who does not. I don't think Taker said anything good about any celebrity who's ever been there, because you could tell they shouldn't be there.
Okay.
But this dude trained his butt off, and he actually really he did his homework. He's a big wrestling fan, huge WWE fan, and he did not half-ass anything. He took big bumps. Bigger bumps than you would think a celebrity would take, I should say. And he really worked hard, and his moves look pretty crisp. So he knows what he's doing. I will give him that.
Okay.
So I think they picked him because, again, he did so good with WWE, and he is pretty popular with the kids. They really like the guy. I have not heard a Bad Bunny song.
I haven't even heard of him until yesterday, so I
heard the other day I heard of him, and I've known about him for a couple of years now.
Got it.
I have not listened to his music.
Sure.
But performance-wise, as a wrestler, he did pretty good, and his mic skills wasn't too bad. So he could talk. So I see why they. If I had to pick any, and then it matches the whole Puerto Rican aspect of it, the
is he? That was my next question. Is he
Hispanic? An Hispanic person like him, and it makes sense. So I'm okay with that part. I'm actually okay with him being picked. I actually don't think it's a bad idea considering what I saw him do in WWE.
Okay, so you're on board with the casting decision of
the
Bad
casting
Bunny.
Decision. I'm on board.
Board with. Are you on board with an El Muerte solo movie?
bro, I give two shits about this movie. Like, honest to God, bro.
What?
I would probably rather watch me take a shit than watch the actual movie. So I really don't care, bro.
Look, we can make that happen later, but let me just say, like, right, for now, let's just focus on what we're talking about here.
Okay.
So here's my question: is like, what the hell is is this an origin story of like a rest? How does he fit into everything?
It's gonna have to be an origin story because I mean, again, like you just said, he only been in 12 damn comics.
Yeah, that's what. Like, I understand that he's so OP for Spider-Man. Like, you know,
so OP. So they got to be careful when they use it. It's like Brock Lesnar, bro. It's like Brock Lesnar. Like, he'll show up, you know, like for a month, then you're not gonna see him again for the next 7 to 8 months. 7 to 8 months. That's how Brock gets down, bro. Might show up for a week, not gonna see him again for a year.
The last time
you gotta be careful when you use them.
That we had any kind of like wrestler or wrestling movie that actually, you know, broke into mainstream trending popularity wasn't it the Mickey Rourke?
I was just movie? About to say that one. Yep, that one did. Yeah,
and that was a while ago, like a while ago. And so
I gotta say this real quick.
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan, love this motherfucker. He is the funniest person to me. I actually don't really like Hogan that much. But in terms of like,
hey man,
he lies about everything. And he even lied about this. He was like, yeah, you know, they came to me at first to do this role. And I was really thinking hard about it, but I turned it down. And it's the worst decision I made. I should have did the role. The creator of the movie, the director was like, no, just to clarify, we never once thought of Hulk Hogan as a candidate. We never talked to him.
Right.
I want to reiterate, we never once thought of Hulk Hogan as anybody to be in this movie. This was always Mickey's movie. This was never, we never thought about Hogan. He is mine.
The guy took one look at that Bad Nanny or whatever the fuck. Wasn't it like a nanny movie that Hulk Hogan was in?
It wasn't a nanny. Yeah, he was in a nanny movie.
Like Babysitter or something. I don't even know what it was called.
Wasn't it the Babysitter?
Yeah, it was something stupid like that. He was like, you know what? We're not going to go with Hulk Hogan. Oh, shoot. That's funny.
Dude, Hogan is not about some really bad things, too. What we got?
Kane's Comics is saying, are you seeing the dumb prices that his first appearance is going for? Yes. So today, there was an Instagram account that I follow that posted just eBay sales that are happening right now, or like bids and everything. I'm sure this is a book that has been in the dollar bins forever because who the fuck cares about El Muerte? But all of a sudden is going for like $60 to $100 or something like that.
That money, bro, boosting that character.
Here's the only thing that I have to say about that is that if you are stupid enough to have just witnessed everything that happened with Morbius, okay, and then you're like, you know what's a really good investment for me? Buying El Muerte at top dollar. Then you know what? You deserve to lose your $60 to $100 because you're a fool and his money are easily parted, and that's all I have to say about that. So
keep in mind, you can't, even whenever we do get a trailer, whenever that joy comes out, I can't wait for us to view that on the damn channel. Whenever that comes out, you can't even trust that because the shit that was in the trailer for Morpheus. Guess what? Spoiler alert: that's not happening in the damn movie. So yeah.
I can't even find this motherfucker on Key Collector. Hold on, let's see. Oh, here it is. Alberto. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #6 is his first appearance. And it's from 2006. It definitely looks like a book that would belong in the here, let me see if I can bring it up on the share, Chrome tab, Key Collector. All right, so here's your book. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #6. In case you find it in the dollar bins or something, I guess you can pick it and find some poor sap that'll pay you. I wouldn't charge $60 though. I'd probably put it up for like 10 or 15 and just be like, I made my money. First appearance of El Muerto, first cameo of El Dorado. Oh, geez. Deadline reports Latin Grammy winner Bad Bunny to star in a standalone Sony film based on the obscure Mexican wrestler who appears in this issue. And then apparently his other key issue is right here, where he's holding up the masks. First full appearance of El Dorado, enemy of El Muerto. Oh,
Let's
Lord.
be honest. There was casual fans who didn't even know who Morpheus is.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell are you going to sell this to people?
Like zero. Yo, I found a zero in a dollar and I felt bad putting anything on that book because it was just so ridiculous. Because that was the one that like 50 Cent bought the rights to or something. It's 50. And I like it was one of those like I wouldn't have even known about it if someone else hadn't posted something about it, and I was flipping through a dollar bin and like I backed up. I was like, wait a minute. That's one of those books because I just have like this weird autism for fucking finding stuff in the dollar bin. But I was like, oh shit, that's that book that someone had just mentioned. So I looked it up real quick. I was like, $60. What is wrong with people?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that this is going to be a very similar situation where it's if you pay more than $1 or $2 for it, like. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but it's not a smart move. It's not a smart investment. Morbius has dropped so ridiculously. Like that book has just, it's like you threw it on an airplane, basically. Like if you were to look at it, it's like the Netflix stock. It's just going, just tanking.
It's going down, son.
I'm probably going to buy a Morbius next month because I actually wanted one. Because I love Morbius. Man, I don't give a fuck what Sony. I still haven't seen the movie. I don't know what the fuck the movie has happened in the movie, and besides what people have told me. But I love Morbius, so I've been wanting to buy one, and then the movie was announced, and I'm like, fuck. So I had to wait. But I'll probably buy one for cheap, dude. I'll just wait, one more month. People aren't talking about no more. Now everyone's talking about El Muerto. Everyone's distracted by the Mexican wrestler. That's the new hot thing. So I'll just go ahead and sneak a Morbius on the sly while that's happening. But it's crazy. I swear that comic collectors have the worst type of ADHD when it comes to like buying books and
so basically if somebody's announced, they just go in their head like gotta buy.
For sure. Gotta buy it. Gotta buy it. And like even if we have just had repeated instances of like this is probably not a good thing for you to buy. For example, anytime I would say most times for villains, when a villain is announced, you better have already had that book. Because villains, Marvel has a bad history of killing villains, or the villain just doesn't like meet expectations, and so the book tanks.
Yeah.
So we've seen it with Carnage, Venom. Venom's actually starting to come down now. But basically, you could just kind of go through if it's not a Silver Age villain like Vulture, or Dr. Octopus or something, like stuff that's honestly going to hold its value.
Yeah.
Green Goblin obviously is pretty much going to hold its value, but if it's like silly things like Calypso, Echo, shit like I mean Echo's barely a villain, but stuff like that. It's like it's not a good investment. It's going to come down, and that's going to be the end of it, unless it's a Silver Age established, well-known villain that is always going to maintain value, and even then it's not going to climb ridiculously like over time. It's just going to be very steady. It's just I don't know. I feel like they just keep falling into these same traps and patterns of we need to buy this because it was announced immediately, and immediately like the day or the 2 days or the week after it was announced, let me buy it for top dollar and try to sell it for even more. And it just doesn't work out. Top dollar. I mean, they're really spending. What did I say? It was Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 6. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and look up. I'm just actually wondering. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Oh, look, it's the top eBay result. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 6. $90. What is happening? Y'all are crazy. Y'all are actually out of your fucking mind. It's selling 150 best offer, 170 best offer. Y'all are crazy.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. I know it was a dollar bin book up until probably yesterday. It probably still is out there in the dollar bins, by the way.
Like, my thing is, how are they even gonna get this movie to really sell to people? Like, most people, pretty much all people, don't even know who this dude is.
I didn't know who he was.
And it's
I
like,
love Spider-Man.
how are you really gonna sell this as a wrestling superhero movie? Is that just your hope?
Right. So is it gonna be a wrestling movie?
That's
is it
what
gonna
it
be a
is.
superhero movie?
That gets it done.
Is he gonna be the hero? Is he gonna be a villain? Is Spider-Man gonna be involved at all? Is anyone from the Spider-Man universe gonna be involved?
Looking at the track record, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man won't be. They don't seem to involve him.
Yeah. Maybe Miles will be involved. Maybe it's gonna be a Miles versus El Muerto movie.
I'm not even going for it. I would be interested.
I would see that movie.
I would see that movie too.
That's probably the only way that I'd be like, I'm going opening night. I would go to Greenville. We'd go watch it together if that shit happened.
Yeah. We would watch that together 100%.
Yeah.
Even if I got to come to you, whichever one it has to be, we would watch that together, bro. But I don't think that's happening. And again, shoot, before the scream's over, breaking news, Miles is going to be in the movie.
Miles is going to debut in the El Muerto movie. Can you imagine? Like, what a downgrade that would be for Miles Morales. Holy shit. Oh, my God.
Not in a
People would be so
not in a
pissed.
Spider-Man movie. No. We get him with Bad Bunny. You think he's gonna rap in the movie?
I was about to actually ask you, do you think he's gonna do the score for the movie as well?
I bet he is.
I don't know his music at all, so I don't know.
In their soundtrack. I guess they're gonna have a soundtrack.
He's a two-time. He's apparently a two-time Latin Grammy winner, so he can't.
Again, like I said, he's very popular.
He's won some Grammys, even if they're Latin. Do Latin Grammys even count? I don't know.
I'm not going to disrespect that man. Look, I'll say this much. All right. I was impressed enough by his wrestling to be like, I like Bad Bunny. But that did not make me listen to any of his music. I can't tell you.
Well, did he have his own music for his come out song, like his arrival song or whatever?
No, I don't even remember the music he came out with. I think he came out with Damian Priest, so he might have used Damian Priest music. I don't even remember.
Maybe he thought it would be too tacky if he came out to his own music.
Maybe he even did. I don't remember. Because when they was coming out. Honestly, I was like, this match is going to suck. I feel bad for The Miz to be having to waste his time with this, Damian Priest and John Morrison. But no, he did such a great job. I was like, you know what? I'm a fan of Bad Bunny. Good job. You worked your ass off.
So he killed it for that role. So maybe he will do good in the movie. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm so confused if it's going to be a wrestling movie, if it's going to be a superhero movie, or he's going to be the protagonist or the antagonist or whatever.
If I wasn't a fan listening to his music, I might not be a fan and go watch that movie. So unless Miles is showing up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Unless it's a Miles Morales debut.
Like you said, it would be a huge downgrade though.
Last couple things we're going to talk about. One, Moon Knight, the last 2 episodes. How we feeling on that? You still on board with Moon Knight?
I'm still on board, man. I'm enjoying it. I honestly, it hasn't been nothing that's been like, oh my god, this is the greatest. But I have not been disappointed with any episode. So that's
how I feel too. Yeah, man.
It's been good. It hasn't been great, but it hasn't been bad.
Right.
It's been good.
It's been pretty solid. Like a lot of people just, I see a lot of hate for it. Which I'm like, why?
I've either seen too much hate or too much like it's the greatest of all the MCU stories they've done so far, and I'm like,
I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's either been that for me. Either it's so much hate, like, oh, it's the worst thing I've ever seen, or they're just like, oh, nope, it's the greatest of all time. But for me, it's just.
Especially with the first episode, people just started out like, oh, this is trash. Oh, this is garbage. I started on following people because like all it is negative energy coming out about. This stuff. And like, I get that we were negative about Hawkeye because of some of the things that they did in that show. But overall, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this, MCU is going to hell. Like, in a handbasket. It's trash, blah, blah. It's like, okay, that show missed for me, particularly.
Right.
I'm not a teen girl. I'm not going to relate to a teen girl. And let's just leave it at that. I'm going to move on. Same thing with that Turning Red movie that Pixar released. Not a teen girl going through puberty. Probably not going to relate to this movie about, that's an analogy for a teen girl going through puberty. Let's just fucking leave it at that. So with Moon Knight,
you can even make a question of should they have even done a movie like that for that type of audience.
That's what that was what a lot of the critic feedback was for that movie. A lot of parents were like, this was marketed for kids, and it's really about, a girl going through her sexual awakening. I'm like, all right, let's all calm down for a second.
Yeah, I don't think you can ask the question. It's fine with asking the question, but you don't have to go crazy with it.
Yeah. God forbid you have to talk to your kids. So about anything in life. You know what I mean? What's that mean? All right. So Moon Knight, I've been a fan. I've been a fan so far of the show. I've enjoyed it since episode 1. It's a little intriguing mystery theme to it. I'm still kind of waiting to see what goes on next. I think before I watch episode 6 for sure, I'm going to sit down and rewatch it straight through. So it's almost like a straight through movie. Because my only complaint so far has been I'm kind of forgetting what has happened week to week.
The previous episode.
Yeah, that's how I am though, because I'm a scatterbrained freak. So I'll be reading 4 different books and series at the same time, and then I go to sit down to watch Moon Knight finally, not on Wednesday but on Saturday. So it's been 10 or 11 days since I watched the last episode. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell is even happening? And so I think for me personally, that's been my only. I wish I could just sit down and watch it all in one group instead of having to wait week to week. I know why they do it, to extend everyone talking about it, their ratings, reviews, subscription, everything like that. But for me, I'm one of those, I would like to sit down and just watch it straight through because I feel like I would enjoy it better.
No, I'm with you. Real quick, something came to my mind. I gotta find out, was it freaking Tora or Toriyama who did this Bardai garbage? But anyway, I've really enjoyed it. I've really honestly enjoyed it. I think it is interesting but I like how they're keeping it very close to a lot of stuff that happened in the comics, though. They've done a good job with that. I felt that one of the biggest issues with the Hawkeye stuff, it was just like you said, and when we read just regular Hawkeye stuff, they switched so much of how Kate and Hawkeye's
they did swap their roles a lot, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they basically switched them, and it was and plus, no offense, it's freaking Hawkeye. Definitely you're jobbing them out to everybody. How are you going to get
there
behind?
Was a little bit of that too, yeah, for sure.
But with this, I really liked it, and I like now. He's been shot, and now he wakes up here, and it's they're trying to put the thing on he's been there the whole time, which is a throwback to the comic when he went to the actual crazy bin, and they was trying to make it seem no, you've been here the whole time,
right? Which I believe was taken from the Jeff Lemire series, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah, and then it was Kanchi just did this to break you. That was the whole concept of it. He was trying to break him. Obviously, this ain't that same situation, though, because now Kanchi in this story has been captured, and his whole thing is you need to free me and save me. But, it is similar in a lot of ways. So I've really enjoyed it, man.
I thought it was good. CGI has been a little,
it's been hit or miss. Sometimes wonky. I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool. Other times I'm like, ugh, that looks really bad.
Yeah, a little wonky, but I'm sure with the budget that they were allotted, it's not like a blockbuster film. So I've kind of let that slide a little bit. But overall, visually cool. The setting, I think, is cool. Story, like I said, with a little bit of mystery and intrigue to it. I'm here for it, man. I'm looking forward to them. We have 2 more episodes, I believe, left, 5 and 6. 5 coming out tomorrow, and then 6 next week. And then I believe, do we get Star Wars content starting May the 4th, or they moved it for anniversary date, right?
I think they did move it. I think I remember saying they moved it.
Yeah, I think they moved it off to May the 4th.
What's the villain name of this Moon Knight series? Do start with an H.
So far, it's Arthur Harrow.
There we go. I do love when they showed him with the glass in his shoes.
Oh yeah,
I really love that because it was like he understands pain, and
yeah,
I really love the concept of how they've been building him. They've done a great job with that in this series.
yeah. He's been very interesting.
He has been
I
very
never,
interesting.
yeah. I mean, like me not reading so much Moon Knight, I didn't know too much coming into the series. I've done a little bit of like skimming through since the series has started for sure. But yeah, no, I think that he's definitely an interesting character. Still waiting for like that big reveal or big like whammy that I'm sure is coming in the next 2 weeks. So I'm excited for that. Or even if it's nothing, even if it's just continuing and finishing off the story, as long as they don't like leave us crazy hanging or anything like that. I think it'll be good for an end off here. Bring back the recaps at the beginning of each episode. I agree. I mean, I'm sure there is like a little previously thing that I don't pay attention to, and that's probably my fault as well. But I need to just sit down and just watch it straight through. I think, but when 6 comes out, I guess on May 4th.
Yeah, because honestly, even with a little recap, that's not going to fully get you like back. It'll get you to remember certain things, but really rewatching it, like
it's not the same effect of a full binge,
right? Right. Yeah.
And then what else is coming out on May the 4th or May 5th or whatever is Doctor Strange number.
He's finally here.
It's finally here, man. We're like almost there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm so excited for this movie.
Apparently, there was another little teaser that dropped this morning. That kind of. Yeah, I didn't see it either.
At work in the morning.
I don't know the legitimacy of it or anything. Apparently, it delved into some like more trying to lean you towards Illuminati, I guess. Of that's coming to the movie. I don't know the facts or the falseness of this. Again, haven't watched the teaser. I'm kind of done watching stuff until I watch the movie. I do know the most recent news about the movie that certain countries in the Middle East decided to not show it because it portrays a gay superhero of America. I would assume America Chavez. I'm not sure if that's who they were talking about or not. But yeah, so certain Middle Eastern countries have taken offense to that and have decided to not show the movie.
Okay.
Whatever. They're lost. It's the same thing where China didn't want to show Shang-Chi because they didn't like how China was portrayed. And I'm like, really? From a country full of dynasties and emperors and everything like that? That one scene of the guy conquering, nations is going to offend you that much? I don't know. So it's the same kind of.
I'm not to judge those because it's always a dicey thing.
Right.
Again, I'm with you though. It's their loss.
It's their loss.
It's their loss, but if that's what they feel they need to do, I mean, hey, do what you gotta do. It's your country, and
it's your country.
I'm saying, dude, whoever's in charge doing their thing is their country. They can do what they gotta do. I ain't gonna say anything negative, positive. Is just do what you feel's best. Cool.
But yeah, I'm excited for the movie. I'm probably gonna have to see it on Friday because I have a comic show on Saturday that week, and either it's gonna be spoiled for me at the show, or I'm gonna sell something too cheap because of something that happened in the movie, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know why everyone was asking me for that one comic book, but I sold it for $3. I think I did pretty good.
Hell yeah.
So I think that Alexis and I are going to have to go. And I think Ian might be joining us too. If he gets in town in time, I'm going to have to ask him tonight and see if I can get some tickets. But yeah, I'm pretty excited.
I am too, man. We both been waiting for this movie for so long. Basically, since it's freaking been announced.
We've been talking about it since it was announced. But they went through the first director who wanted it to be a horror film. Marvel stepped in and was like, no, you're gone. And Sam Raimi came in and he was like, well, here's my ideas. And then Marvel was like, no, you're going to reshoot the whole thing. And so now they've reshot pretty much, I think Benedict Cumberbatch said they had to reshoot like 80 to 90% of the movie. So he's not even sure what has made the cut and what hasn't. Or I'm sure he knows by now, but that's what he was kind of saying. And so hopefully that's not a bad thing that a lot of the movie has been reshot and rewritten now twice. But hopefully it's a good thing. Pretty standard. I'm sure that things change often about what they want to do, since they're like writing 6 projects at a time over at Marvel. They have to make sure that everything lines up correctly. So hopefully we have a good movie. I'm really hoping.
I'm hoping so too, man. It does make me wonder though, if they would have went with that horror theme, how well you think that would have been? You think that would have been garbage, or you think that would have been interesting?
I think it would have been interesting because I don't think they've really done something like that. And every time that they've tried to incorporate a little bit of horror,
it's been very tame.
It's been very tame, but it's also been kind of the more interesting part of it. For example, in Avengers 2, when Wanda was messing with the minds of the Avengers, and Tony was starting to see something that was like a little more like horror type. That was one of the best scenes, I thought, in the movie, and incidentally, one of the scenes that they used for the trailer.
Yeah, and at the end of WandaVision, when you get that actual scene of her in that like little, her floating and everything in the book and all the darkness, that's like a horror thing, and that was really cool. I remember the whole series, but that's the one thing that I always think back as soon as I even think of the series of that scene.
Yeah, the Agatha Harkness reveal, even in the first couple of episodes where it was like, what's happening? And when the beekeeper came out of the sewer and kind of turned, that was like a horror type vibe. Again, it was tame, sure. It was, a mild version, but it was still there and it was interesting. So I think that would have been a good way to go. I think the fact that it's been reshot and 80 to 90% means that we can believe absolutely nothing from these trailers that have been dropped. Now that we have that kind of information that's been released in the last week or so, I'd say don't believe shit from the trailers, because they could just pull from what they shot the first time and kind of put that in the trailer. I think that if they had gone with the horror aspect, they would have used Nightmare for sure. I think Nightmare would have been a part of it, but now I think that that's probably not the case. That's my thoughts on it. I'm just excited for it. I'm here for it, and we're just gonna have to see how it goes. And,
agreed, man.
And see. But I think it's probably gonna be the $1 billion movie, I think, for Marvel this year.
And Mephisto's going to show up. He's going to fist him.
We all know Mephisto is going to be there. So I think every character in the movie is just going to be Mephisto. I think Mephisto is just going to be having like a self-puppet show the entire time. And he's just like the end of the movie.
That's going to be the true horror of the ending. It was him the whole time.
Oh my God. How mad would people be if that's how the movie ended? Like it just like panned out and you just see Mephisto just like doing a self-puppet show or something.
While everybody else is angry, I'm going to stand and applaud, because that's going to be hilarious.
You're like, Marvel, got him!
Got him!
Shit. All right, I think that's where we're going to end it, just with the excitement. Go ahead and hit that like button for us one time for real quick. Appreciate you hanging out with us either live or on the replay. Subscribe if you haven't already. We appreciate it. We'll be back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. with our usual shenanigans and bullshit. Just talking about comic books and anime stuff. So, as always, stay villainous and
fuck the Fantastic Four.